My girlfriend came home from a business trip to find a maze made of cardboard boxes, built by her boyfriend Dave. But what's even weirder is that the boyfriend got lost in this cardboard box and has been trapped for 3 days. The girlfriend was shocked. She couldn't believe that a cardboard box the size of a doghouse could get a grown man lost. Feeling childish, she calls her boyfriend's best friend Gordon and asks him to persuade Dave to come out. But he's just as naive as Dave. She called other friends and even a TV station. Everyone was very interested in the maze and wanted to go inside and see what was going on. Dave heard this and warned them of the danger inside, but the more he said it, the more curious they became. So they went in together. When they entered the maze, they were shocked. Here, it's nothing like what it looks like on the outside. What's even weirder is that these old pieces of cardboard are so sharp that they can absorb a drop of blood instantly. As they walked on, red buttons appeared on the wall that said don't touch them. Curious, the friend pressed it and a feast appeared. The more they go in, the more amazing it gets. There is a house of cards and a creative piano corridor where people have a lot of fun. Then several ribbons caught their attention, and they followed the ribbons to the trash-filled hut. On this wall is the face of a giant, spitting out colorful spitballs. On either side of the wall are 2 paper cranes nearly to meters high. Just as they were wondering, 1,000 paper cranes suddenly jumped over and attacked them. While the door of the hut was slowly closing, the man is impatient and attacks the garden. The giant took his last breath. The gate was now completely closed. They had no choice but to get into the giant's mouth. This garden maze is the size of a doghouse, but it could feed a building inside. It's a magical maze with flying paper cranes and moving paper giants. There are also all kinds of deadly mechanisms inside the garden, which can easily step on the trap. The next moment, the blood turned into ribbons and sprayed all around, and they were frightened by the sight. They ran away quickly and went to another room. The girlfriend didn't understand. Why would the boyfriend create such a dangerous maze? A woman ran in with a frightened look on her face, telling everyone that her boyfriend had just been killed by a laser. So they go over, only to find that their dead boyfriend has disappeared. They followed the ribbon on the ground and saw several animal footprints. The girlfriend broke down and took out a box cutter. She scratched the wall of paper, but it was as hard as a rock. Suddenly, a strange wind hit. A human monster headed towards them. The woman died instantly. They continued to flee, with the Thune in pursuit. Just when they had no way out, Dave suddenly appeared. He is the creator of this maze. He must know the way, but he didn't know where to go. He was lost, too. If he knew the way, he'd be out by now. And he finds a small passageway, and they go to a strange room, where his girlfriend asks Dave what is going on, but Dave is very confused. He originally wanted to build a normal maze, but did not want to build bigger. Automatically generated a living monster. With that, he led them into the box on the table. This is a magical passage. When real people pass through here, they become paper people, and even monsters will become cute when they pass through here. But the next minute, they're running away. They went through various organs and finally found a conduit. They all jumped in, and when they came out, they were the same again. Then they went through a complicated little maze and finally found the exit home at the end of the maze. When they passed through the exit, they found that their home had also become a maze. The maze is alive. It's expanding. They come to a room and find dead beauties. She's turned into a paper person, and she keeps inducing high fives. Gordon took a piece of paper to do the experiment, and the paper was instantly absorbed by the paper man. They saw the danger and put a rope around her. The giant takes his true form, turns into a giant hand, and slowly sinks into the ground. But unfortunately, the other end of the rope was wrapped around the photographer's foot. He died on the spot, turning into countless red ribbons. On the other side, they figured out a way to escape the maze. Since the maze is still a work in progress, he must now complete it before he can destroy it, and only one core device is missing. Soon Dave had built a core. Then he ran to the heart of the maze, installed the core, plugged it in, and it spread out like a flower, and it raised. Dave takes out a long knife, swings it hard at the core, and the core is destroyed. A strange wind came, and the maze began to shake violently. The roof collapsed, and the Minotaur was thrown into chaos, buried in a paper shell. At last they escaped the maze and returned to the living room. At the end of the story, the waste paper is thrown into the garbage, and the cow comes out of it. I wonder if this kind of cow would taste good in the real world. A lot of the settings at the beginning are very attractive and personal, even a little steampunk. The camera is also very interesting, although there is not much creativity in the back, and the plot is not supported, so that it is a little lengthy in the back. But for such a small budget, it's still an excellent film. I've never seen a movie like this. It's fresh. It has a little bit of horror in it, but there's no need to worry. Overall, it's a funny movie. In the current consumer market that emphasizes the culture of fast consumption entertainment, I see most of the so-called creative small budget films professional or amateur creations. Basically, they may contain fast-paced, formless creation. Maybe the content is really good, maybe the cost is really low, and maybe it is very popular with the user market, but the film still has to pay attention to some technical content. Otherwise, it will not make money.